Welcome back, everyone, to Arsenal Pass. Today we have another classic constructed gameplay. We're going to be playing Rhinar into Chane. So I'm going to be on the Rhinar side, pretty standard mid-range build. Few key cards to talk about: Command and Conquer. I know this one comes out a lot in some of our videos, but it's really good against Chane. Chane doesn't, usually like when you disrupt him and disrupt his arsenal at that as well. Then we have Savage Feast. Savage Feast is just really good, especially on our Bloodish Spell turns. If we are able to roll the scabs on it, you can just get massive values off the Savage Feast. And of course, the pinnacle of our deck is going to be Bloodish Bellow. If we're playing with these claws, play a Bellow. Claws come in for 10 total, likely get an attack on the end of that. Really, really good stuff. All right, for our armor, we get the Arcanite Skullcap, Fandel Spring Tunic, Scab Skin Leathers, and Gambler's Gloves. Very, very standard. It is important to note that the Arcanite Skullcap can actually be somewhat utilized in a valuable way to block the 2 Arcane from Rosetta Thorn. We will likely opt to not do that too much, but it is an option there when it happens. Anyway, Hayden, tell me about the new and improved Chane build.
Improved? I don't know about that, but is your equipment standard? That's the first question I have, Brendan. Is the equipment standard? Our equipment is pretty standard. We do have a new piece in Spellbound Creepers, which actually plays really well into, to be honest, all the Runeblades in Classic Constructed, but I think really well into Chane as well. You do have a lot of hands where, we've got this card Tome of Torment, which, we no longer have Seeds of Agony, of course, with the banning, but we do have some cards that come into the deck, and something like Tome of Torment actually works pretty well with Spellbound Creepers. Allows us to draw a card and, effectively one resource, play from Banish. So, yeah, very nice in that regard. Some of the other key cards we've got as well, Art of War still very key to this deck. What we're seeing a lot more with these Chane builds now is more attack actions, Blood Debt Banish attack actions, because obviously the seeds are there. You still want to keep not there. You want to keep your Blood Debt high. So some attack actions actually replace that. So what ends up happening is that you draw some more of these attack actions. Art of War actually can be a bit more consistent. So there is actually some upside actually to the seeds going away. I guess a card that does come in as well is Dimensional Gateway. Doesn't quite fill that void, but does a very good job of allowing you to opt to manipulate the top of your deck, find those attack actions off the top and banish them, and set up your turn. Of course, get in that important arcane damage, especially really important if we're Spellbound Creepering. And then we have Riftbind. It's still important in the deck. This only plays 3 red in this list. It's a lot less important than it was, obviously, because we can't just hold back a couple of seeds and throw them out on a big turn. We do have Howls, but other than that, we don't have as many non-attack actions to hold and play from Banish. So the ceiling on Riftbind comes down, but still a very good and efficient card. So, yeah. Otherwise, the other kind of call-out is we are playing the Rosetta Thorn. Weapon is very good. 1 resource for attack, and this deck is really built around the ability of trying to let you go wide enough to Rosetta Thorn pretty consistently. And with your Banish ability, to play from Banish, you can do that. You can do that pretty well, which is nice.
Yeah, it's interesting. Dimensional Gateway was actually a card that we were on extremely early. I think like week 0 back when just spoilers were like, wow, this card's so good. Ended up being probably not good enough for us, but
I'll take off.
Yeah, it's a powerful card. It's even. I'll go first.
Okay. Sounds good. So this matchup,
I think Hayden.
You go.
You go. No, I was gonna say I think Hayden's played a little bit more Runeblade than I have Brute, but we'll see what we can do.
I've definitely played a lot more Brute than you have Brute.
Okay, well, just rub it in my face. You played a lot more everything than me, I guess.
I was going to say you played a lot more Runeblade than I have, though. A lot more Chane, at least.
Maybe. I've dabbled, I guess. Oh, I love a terrible opening here. So we're going to filter this bad boy here.
So how do we think this matchup's going to go? I feel like it's going to be probably a race. I'm really worried about... I do have a lot of cards that don't defend in this deck, so I'm worried about Intimidates and just kind of getting killed into the mid-game and being in a position where Brennan can keep throwing Intimidates at us and we can't actually block efficiently with cards from hand. That's kind of my concern in this matchup.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, I'm just thinking about contemplating my life after drawing these cards on turn 1. But luckily we can filter. Unfortunately, I have to let Hayden filter as well as a result, which is not ideal. Just going to play the Smash Instinct and pitch the Wrecker Romp and Massacre.
Sure.
Coming in for 6. You could just shuffle and go off the top every time.
Sure. Let's go off the top. Okay, so coming in for 6.
Yep, coming in for 6. You know that following one's instinct may be ill-advised.
we will defend for 6.
Yeah, sounds good. Arsenal pass.
This guy just reads flavor text for fun now.
What do you mean flavor text?
Oh, was that not flavor text on that card?
No.
It's disappointing. I think what we will do is probably pitch this Sing of Sorcery. Interesting new card here. We're not going to play it this time, we're just going to pitch it. And we are going to play a card that we did already talk about, though. We're going to play a Red Dimensional Gateway, so we're going to opt 3. See what we can find. Ideally, an attack action to banish. So we have 2 resources currently.
Yield resource dice.
Got the resource dice out here.
You got the magnum sized dice over there.
So we haven't found a nice red juicy attack action to banish.
I love your adjectives.
Unfortunately. If we
goes on.
Yeah. Just consideration of whether we actually even banish this now.
Interesting.
I think we probably do, because we're going to try and take cards from Brendan here, and then it's going to be hard for him to come back and intimidate our whole hand. So we should be able to defend on our turn.
I'd like to keep my cards.
I prefer you didn't. So I think what we'll do is we'll reveal this Mutated Mass off the top. So it doesn't deal any arcane damage because it's not Runeblade, but it is a shadow card, so we are going to banish it.
Yep.
Yeah. And then going to create a Soul Shackle.
Sure.
And we'll come in with Command and Conquer with these remaining 2 resources for 6.
Classic. I'll block for 3. Take 3.
Yep.
Take this dookie pack hunt out of Arsenal.
We will just Arsenal take 1 down to 39 from the Blood Debt and pass it back.
Sure. Alright, Alpha Rampage.
I feel like this is going to be an Alpha Rampage, maybe.
A massacre. So this is going to be the old
Triple Intimidate.
Intimidate.
While they're looking at the hand here, there's no point. We don't have any cards we want to play at instant speed. Alright, I'll take these 3 off the top end. I'll keep this one.
Yep. Sure.
Okay, interesting.
Fortunately, couldn't make that play we needed 3 cards in hand, so I had to lose the Arsenal. Luckily, it wasn't a good Arsenal.
It's not good.
Oh, hey.
We might just be in the business of taking 9. So it
sounds like
did opt 2 cards to the top. Did want them both. 2 very good red cards. But the other 2 cards are they're good cards, but they just don't help that hand. So I think the value of defending with this is so low. We're just going to take the 9 here, go to 30.
Sure. Your turn.
The power of Intimidate, right? Making us have to make tough decisions and not be able to. Obviously, if we look at a 4-card hand, we're going to have an optimal line that we want to pick between defending and attacking on the turn cycle. Intimidate just throws that out the window, right? Just the power of Intimidate. Soul Shackle 1 at the start of turn, so we've got a red on Hallowed Rats to banish.
Pretty good. It's either the power of Intimidate or the power of Chane, never needing to block in a mid-range matchup.
It's weird. I think this deck does want to try and craft some more defending stages, because you have less of those plays where you can Seeds from banish and play attack action plus weapon.
There cards there.
Yeah. So I think you do want to actually craft. You would want to defend a bit more early, but maybe it's polarizing. Defend early, and then you don't want to defend into the mid game. Whereas Chane wanted to defend, somewhat in the early game, and also defend into the late game a bit if it needed to.
Yeah.
With Seeds. Not my favorite, but I think we probably have to do this. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pitch a Shadow Puppetry to play an Art of War. Choosing Go Again and draw. I'm actually going to banish this Soul Reaping. So, yeah,
okay.
Bit of a yikes, not great.
You chose Go Again, yeah.
Chose Go Again. We did. and then we're gonna play this plunder run. Blue.
Oh, Hayden.
It's blue though.
You never change, do you?
I have. I used to play red ones, now I play blue ones from Arsenal.
Yeah, now you play blue.
Get to here. Yeah. So with the go again, we'll come up with this unhallowed rights for 5 off the blue plunder run.
2 cards in hand.
2 cards in hand, 2 resources left.
Well, we'll block for 3.
Yep. So take 2.
Looks weird, but we're not going to be able to block out his next tech action, which we'll have go again. So he is drawing no matter what.
Okay.
Best not to commit the armor. Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, if I commit the armor here, it's just not worth.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna create a soul shackle, and we're gonna. No, we're not.
Huh?
Actually, I want to play the mutated mass first. I think. Life. I'm just thinking about turning Brennan's skull cap on.
Yeah.
No, I think it's fine. We will shackle and we'll come with the Rosetta Thorn with go again. 1 resource left.
Okay, I'll take 4.
Close the combat chain. Yep, so 31.
31 plays 30.
Yeah, the Rosetta, like the strength of Rosetta, I think in these Runeblade decks is pretty high. Excuse me, 1 resource of 4.
Inclined to agree.
We're going to play a Shadow Puppetry, breaking the chain.
My goodness.
And then we'll come in with the mutated mass for 5 with a 0 cost and a 1 cost here. Let's go again.
Oh, well, we are losing this turn cycle. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, what's your kind of overall strategy in this matchup, do you think? Like, is it similar to what I think in terms of racing to a mid game, or is it a bit more structured?
It depends who I'm sitting across from.
Okay.
In classic Chane fashion, right? Like if I'm sitting across from someone that I don't know, I'd probably just fatigue you. You don't have seeds, you're probably not going to be able to build a nurser. Like if you don't have a very cohesive game plan on how to beat fatigue, and if I'm playing Rhinar, a deck that doesn't always fatigue, I probably fatigue you after like turn 2, turn 3, depending on how much damage you put out. But if it's Hayden Dale sitting across from me, then it's unlikely that I'm going to try to fatigue. But interesting. I don't think that was a compliment.
I guess.
All right. Yeah. No, I mean, it definitely is a compliment. I'll take 5.
Okay. So 26. Off these cards, we'll get a trigger off the Shadow Puppetry. Sure. Why not? That's an unhallowed rights.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We're going to keep this.
Brute is, I feel like we have to set up to the.
Just come up with 3.
It's hard to just Mongo our hand. Yep, take 3.
Okay. 23. We will. Arsenal and we'll pass back. I'll take one blood debt. 29.
Yep. So our turn is still very weak, and you're like, Brendan, why did you block like that? Do this turn for my Arsenal. For my Arsenal. If he command and conquers us, it's okay. You know, we just scoop him up. We go next game. I'm just gonna play Barraging Beatdown. You just shuffle, take 1 off, and then we'll claw here for 6.
Okay.
Or 3. Trying to set up our Arsenal.
Okay, so trying to buy 2 cards, giving me the option. Interesting.
Yeah. There definitely was 0 other plays with that hand too. The only other thing is block for 3 and then have no Arsenal, which is probably worse.
I think if we're going to enter into this stage of the game, and I get to keep my hand to do this, I'm okay with it. So I'll take 6. Go to 23.
Cool. The man of many blocks. All right, your turn.
So I do have a line that could block, but unfortunately, like double blocking means that I can't guarantee I actually have anything good to. Like, I need a non-attack action to play with this, and I have one in Arsenal, but then I wouldn't have the resources to potentially follow it up. Yeah. Okay. Banish 2. We've got Tome of Torment and Shadow Versa. All right.
Yep. Okay, pretty good.
Not bad.
Not bad, eh?
We're gonna start by playing. Yeah, we're gonna start by playing this Gorganian Tome from hand. We'll draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Interesting. So Gorganian Tome find its spot back in the deck.
Yeah. A non-attack action. Just the you have more room for other non-attack actions now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna create a
You only lost 9 of the best ones,
yeah,
right?
Seeds left a bit of a hole. We'll create a rune chant. And Shackle. We'll come in with the Sunhallowed Rats. Sorry, we'll plunder on blue from Arsenal first, and then we'll Unhallowed Rats.
Brother, you gotta stop this.
Go in for 5 and 1 Arcane.
All right, this one I'm gonna block. I'm gonna block for 5. Oh, you said 1 Arcane. I'll take the Arcane. Then we'll toss the
Skull Cap on. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So go again.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
We will Shadow Versa, banishing this rope through reality.
Oh.
Going for 2.
Oh my goodness, dude. These turns are crazy. These turns are really too much.
Just trying to show that Chane's not dead.
Yeah. I mean, if you draw like this in the first 3 turns, it pretty much functions the same, I guess. Take 2. You can draw.
Yep. So 20 plays 23. We'll knock.
Jeez Louise.
I'm sad I haven't got to play one of these Stinger Sorceries yet.
Oh, yeah. It must be a real bummer to have to play the Plunder on every turn instead at Arsenal.
I want to play both. I'm greedy. What can I say?
I know. Sitting over here with no bellows.
No. I wonder if we made a rune chant. I'm actually gonna pitch another Stinger Sorcery, so we can come up with this Rip Through Reality with Go Again coming in for 4.
Yep, take it. 16.
Probably want to. We're probably there's a bit of a dance here, like with creepers. I think if you're ahead, I think you want to hold on to them pretty aggressively. I think it's pretty important to do so, because if you lose them, you can lose your propensity to your ability, I guess, to like output big damage at the end of a game, which is pretty important. So as much as I'm tempted to creepers and get out this tome here, I don't think it's actually the right play, especially if Brendan's gonna. You block with 1 card, having you see 3 cards still.
Correct.
Yeah. I think actually what we want to do is we'll play the Shadow Puppetry. And we're just going to come in with Shadow Versa for 3, see if we can buy a card.
No, you can't. Take 3.
Okay.
It's just consistent that my hand does literally nothing if I block with another card, unfortunately.
If we want to get rid of this. We're okay to draw it. Keep it on top.
Sure.
And then we'll just come in with the Rosetta Thorn for 2 and 2.
Yep, take 4.
Yep. 9. Alright, and we'll pass. We'll take 1 to 22.
Pretty incredible. Okay. Barraging beat down.
Sure.
Alright, pulping. Oh, I drew a whiff. Even, odd.
Okay.
It's even. Okay, didn't hit the whiff. Beast within trigger.
You notice Brendan laid them out, then rolled his own dice there. I'm kidding.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Okay, so it was what was before the Blood Rush Bellow? Or was it just the Blood Rush Bellow?
It was a barrage and beatdown.
Take 3 total. 6. 6, yeah. And then Intimidate. Just
yep.
Them in. Just tell me when.
Off the top. All good.
Coming in for...
that's going to be for 9.
That's a yellow. Okay, yeah.
I gotta think about this one.
Okay, so if we take 9, would be within Carrion Husk range, so definitely want to be looking at...
I'd forgotten that there was this incredible armor on this other one. Oh, jeez.
No resources left, but you do get to come with claws twice after this. I think because we're able to hold onto a hand, we do have the creepers. We don't actually have a non-attack action, though. It's pretty important.
Really interesting. How do we...
So just trying to work out if I can keep carrying, if I want to try and keep carrying Husk here by blocking with equipment, or we just commit the carrying Husk now and then block out one of the claws, probably go down to about 13, 14, 15. So no. Brendan's showing on table that he's going to be able to present, minimum 15 damage here.
Yeah. If I grab the Savage Feast, then I discard that, then I get to feast.
Yeah, we're just going to block with the Carrion Husk here. So we'll take 3. 19.
So I'm just going to come in for 3.
Okay. So we know you have... Okay, so we'd take that one to 16.
Yep, and then we'd tunic and we'd come with another.
Yeah, this one will block with an Unhallowed Rites.
Sure.
So we don't actually have any targets for our Unhallowed Rites. So block with us over our other one. Okay.
Sure.
All good?
Oh.
I will
all good, all good.
Take my cards back, end of turn on the Intimidate. We'll banish 3. Red Plunder Run, Red Riftbind, and Blue Morphin Skies. So 1 hit, 2 miss. Alright. What can we do? Alright, so we've banished Riftbind. We're going to just try and present what damage we can to Brendan here. Hand's not great. We don't have the non-attack action, but we can play out this Tome of Torment. Just take cards. Try and reduce this Blood Debt zone a little bit. Present damage. That's going to be our plan here. Not much else we can sort of go for. See what we can draw off Tome. See what we hit. Pretty reasonable. If Brendan takes the Arcane. So we'll start that way. We'll create the Rune Chant. Pitching blue. Yep. And then we will go up to 4 shackles and we'll play this Ghostly Visit from hand. Coming in for 4 and 1 Arcane with Gogan.
So I'll take the 1 Arcane and then we will
down to 5.
Block for 4 with the Skullcap.
Okay. Blocking it out.
Yep.
So I think we're pretty incentivized to pop the time so we can Riftbind here. Or Rosetta Thorn, depending on what we draw. So
any predictions off the tome here? What you're looking for?
Looking for ideally like a good Arsenal card would be the ideal. Red Plunder Run, sure. Art of War.
That would be on theme, right? The Plunder Run.
So we'll Tome of Torment, draw. There's neither of those.
Oh,
okay. We've played our. We're just going to come with the Riftbind for 4 here.
Riftbind for 4.
Yeah, could come in with Rosetta, but then we'd be taking extra damage, and I'm not that excited about having this Riftbind in my banish, to be honest. And we get an Arsenal card, which is it's an average card, but it's a card.
I wonder on Tunic. I really don't think I'm going to see another Tunic counter. Oh, man. But if I block with it now, I definitely won't.
You definitely won't.
I guess it's just weird because we are actually getting to like a threshold with like Vexing Malice and the weapon and all this baloney. It's just this is a question. Tunic now or Tunic later? 4. What is that? A decent enough life threshold? Play the Vexing Malice, which I don't think we've seen Vexing Malice. Then Rosetta. We have to have a blue in this deck, which is
I think the
not
other
incredible.
consideration to keeping the Tunic is like on hit effects. Like if I do play a Plunder Run from hand next turn, or I have a Shadow Puppetry or something.
Sure, I am just worried about, you know, like a Vexing Malice plus the blade if we don't draw the blue. But I'll take the 1.
Yeah, I think you can't be playing around like specific sequences at this point, though. We'll pass. We'll take 1 to 15 off the blood debt.
Yeah. So I got a real exciting one for you.
Can't wait.
The barraging beatdown and a claw.
Okay, we'll draw and intimidate. Yeah, that's fine. Let me just take 2 off the top.
Just the 1, eh?
Oh yeah, just 1.
It would be nice, but
okay. Plan. I would like to preserve some life here. I don't think I can guarantee present lethal and keep the creepers. So it just could give Brendan a window to get back in. But if we do block 2, what can we do? Not much, actually. Okay. Interesting.
I would be surprised if you took this. Or if you didn't take this.
Yeah, we're gonna take it. I think it's actually super close. I'm gonna block with grasp, and we'll take 5. That's 10.
Okay.
So we'll just get a value point off of the grasp here.
Value.
So we go to 8, and we go to 7 or 6, and then you have a way to just 1 attack us. We won't get the value off this grasp, and we could just die. Okay, let's go ahead. We'll banish 4. We got Ghostly Visit, Red Dimensional Gateway, Mutated Mass, and Blue Piercing Shadow Ice. Yeah, I could get banishes like this. This is one of the things with like Seeds gone now. Obviously more attack actions, and that can really clog up the banish zone. That's another reason I want to get that refined out last turn. On that note, I think we will be...
It's okay. You'll just have another Plunder Run. Oh, you do.
No. Nice. I pitched the Plunder Run red, but I will use to play this Art of War. We will go ahead and choose... Surely go again with this.
Surely go again with that banish, yeah.
Yeah, we'll choose go again and we'll banish this Rip to Reality. Or 2. No resources.
I'm surprised that it felt close when you have Art of War. I guess that you could just whiff real hard.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you just have less explosiveness now with these seeds. Without the seeds, sorry.
Yeah.
We do have creepers though.
Yeah, the creepers is pretty good. Well, sir, if only you could see my amazing hand.
I think we have to go again. We're gonna E-strike for 5, draw a card. And has go again, thanks to Art of War.
E-strike for 5.
5.
Okay. Alpha Rampage plus Scabskin.
Yep. Nothing. Alright, we found a resource card.
Oh, yes.
Very thankful for that.
Delight.
You'll be glad to know, Brendan.
It was so close. Yeah.
Give cards. Surely. Yeah, we'll Shackle Break the Chain.
Okay.
And then we'll come in with this Ghostly Visit. Go again.
Ghostly Visit with Go Again.
Yeah.
Alright. A block for 3. Take 1.
I have an attack reaction.
Sure.
We're going to Spellbound Creepers to play out this red Plunder Run from hand.
Sure. Is that next attack? Or it doesn't?
Yeah, so I'm going to do it before the damage. So next time an attack action you control hits this turn, draw a card. So this will resolve, and then we'll go to damage. Go to
Delightful.
3.
Yeah.
And I'll draw a card.
I don't know if I can play around that one. You get an extra counter on those creepers.
Yeah, we do have 2 counters.
Yeah. Trust me, it'll matter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch up my block slightly though, and just make this the yellow. I blocked the blue because I had mentally zoned out.
So we have an extra action point plus the go again.
Did you? Yeah, you already hit me with an arcane this turn or no?
I have not hit you with an arcane.
Not yet. Yeah.
Not yet. So we're gonna use this floating extra action point. We're gonna come on with Rosetta Thorn for 2 and 2.
2 and 2 with the extra action point.
2 and 2.
Well, this one's just on a razor's edge, ladies and gentlemen. Take the 2 arcane. I mean. So if I mean, do I pitch? Because I mean, I'm just DOB, right? I have to pitch for the arcane because you just. I guess it's maybe not a blue, right? Definitely. I can just block for 1.
Well, on board,
What?
yeah.
Yeah. I'll block the arcane. Yeah, I'm dead.
Okay.
I'll block the arcane, take 2 physical.
Okay. And you have 1 card in hand, right?
Yeah, I got the 1 card in hand.
You're not dead. It's alright.
Oh. I'm not dead.
What do we come in with here? So either way, yeah, I just want to clear probably this mutated mess, I guess. I have a red in hand. So we'll just come in with this mutated mess for 2.
2.
Yeah.
Okay, block. Cool. Oh, I'm fatiguing you. Just
3.
wait.
We do lose Spellbound Creepers, which is pretty huge. This is kind of what I was talking about. Like this is like a losable game state. As much as Brennan sort of, wants to.
I mean, I slightly don't believe that this is losable because I'm at 1. If I was at like 3, maybe there's like a sequence.
Okay, we'll banish 5. Blue Mulverin, Ghostly Visit, Gateway, and Easter Egg. Well, I think we have to start right killing you. Otherwise, we're in some trouble. Yes, fifth card banished here. So blue main great.
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead. Can we banish this one?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I just saw your hand. I saw your hand, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, I wish it was just clean one.
It's clean enough.
Maybe. No creepers anymore. We've got to do a bit of work. Sure. We'll Art of War, and we will banish and choose go again.
Yep. Been here before.
Oh, that's really bad. Really bad. Definitely in a bit of trouble, I think. Okay, so we do have go again on next attack. We're gonna. I think we get through without the non-attack action. What's this? 5.
Interesting choice on the banning of Seeds of Agony. Definitely core to the deck, in my opinion. I think I have since then swapped off Chane, but obviously the power in Chane's turns kind of 1 through 5 are still there. Obviously the late game power is there, but it's just kind of getting over that final line if someone decides to play a more defensive strategy against you. Thing about Seeds is like it was pivotal to the end game, of course, like obviously, right? But also to the mid game and early game because you can really value trade with 0 seeds, attack action. You come in like Seeds, Ghostly Visit, Blade for 4 off of blue, super good. But it's also like if you think about like we're thinking about like chain end games, right? Like how do you build Ursa? That's way harder because you'd almost exclusively use Seeds of Agony to build Ursas. So it takes away a lot of the tools. It's funny that like if Seeds gets banned, they also have Unhallowed Rites on the watch list. I would have thought that, I guess I just don't like the recursiveness of it. Oh, we have an Easter egg. Okay.
Yeah, and then draw a card. So go again, draw a card.
Okay. And it's for 5?
Yeah, for 5.
Okay. I mean, sure.
Okay. We will make a rune chant. Leaves us with 2 resources. Sorry, 1 resource rather.
Yeah, I was like, that's a cheap rune chant.
Yeah.
Shackle?
Ghostly Visit Shackle, Ghostly Visit. For 1 arcane and 4 physical.
Okay. I pitch for the arcane. I block.
Yep.
And I'm dead. Yeah.
Just come in for 3.
Yeah. Could sneeze on me.
Just a few things to think through on that turn, just to make sure that we definitely had it. With drawing the back-to-back like quad red hands, just had to make sure that we could find the resources to be able to present the rune chant. So did have to bottom there to find the resource card.
All right, before we head into the end game analysis, do want to say a huge thank you to our Patreon. That is the Arsenal Pass Patreon. If you're interested in what we do here, we do have exclusive content over there. So if we throw up a deck tech on Arsenal Pass, if you're looking for the sideboard guide, deck theory, Excel sheets, math, all that kind of stuff you need to pick up the deck and be competitive, it's going to be over there on our Patreon, as well as exclusive podcasts and live sessions. And we've got those spicy playmats coming soon. Anyway, to jump into the game here. I mean, I got to talk about reliable here. It didn't show up. Wasn't too reliable this time. Would have liked to see a Bello. Did banish one. We did get a bit, I think we probably got like 2 or 3 rough hands, which was a bit brutal with the pressure the opponent was putting on, but it's all good. I think other than that, yeah, I mean, it was interesting. The end game ended up being a little bit closer because, he drew a few reds and we had the blues, but, luckily the last Art of War came in and we were able to get it done. Anyway, Hayden, I know your game was a bit more exciting than mine, so why don't you tell me?
Like, super interesting game. You can tell that obviously like the banning of seeds has impacted Chane massively, but the deck is still definitely viable. There's a lot of like build decisions you have to go through. Spellbound Creepers, we saw they're really impactful and helped a lot. Actually, every game that I finished where I don't have Spellbound Creepers, it feels a lot harder to close out. Although we didn't actually draw the resources anyway, but I do think it's something that you do need to protect in almost every game to make sure you can push through at the end. Yeah, of course, we had some good turns with like Shadow Puppetries and Art of Wars, but actually ended up being quite awkward on a lot of those turns. We didn't see like a Howl, which would have helped us go taller rather than having to try and go wide every time with our go-agains. But the go-again package is definitely really key. It's one of the things these new Chane decks probably look to do a lot more. Rip-Through Reality becomes really important. We have the Rosetta Thorn to always be able to turn this on. We've got Shadow Puppetry. The tone becomes more important as well, and you can play that off the Chane effect and then still have go again with all your other ways to get go again. So yeah, it definitely is a bit more wider, but more sort of like card velocity. But a card like Howl was still very important. So yeah, that was kind of the game. Ended up feeling a lot closer than it looked sort of through the mid game, and that really just came down to some draws and. It still didn't give Brendan an opportunity to pace back, but was able to put out like barrage and beat down turns right and just present good damage in the end.
Sure. Awesome. Well, we hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, we'll see you in the next video.
See you later.